very soon, a truck is going to deliver a whole bunch of fuel to somewhere on the moon. And as soon as that happens, the contract will complete, and I'll actually have some money to fix something in here, because it's a little annoying what's going on here. I also just got a new urgent contract. So let's go ahead and pause really quick. That's 400 grand. So I actually thought I'd be sending a lot more steel up here than I am. And by that, I mean any. I haven't really sent any steel up here yet. And in contrast, I'm sending a lot of concrete up here. And we're going to be starting to facilitate concrete requests. I mostly did a lot of the concrete up here because I know about, again, the laser that's coming and whenever it prompts. I don't know. They balance the game so that it happens much later. So anyway, I know that's coming. And so I'm storing this up. But I think I have a mismatch in my requirements here. So this is full, and or at least near full. That means when the components do get here, they're going to get hung up again. So I want to fix that. And I'm going to do that by shifting silicon because we haven't actually delivered any up here yet. So this is like a trial and error process. What do I actually need the storage for and where and all that? So I'm going to change it to components here and then make sure components don't pass by that belt. And then on this side, I'm going to change this to silicon. First, I'm going to take silicon off the list on this side and change components here. Then I'm going to take components off this list on this side and put silicon here. So now the idea is that silicon will go into this bin. We're not sending any up right now, so the changeover is going to be pretty seamless. And now all the components will get redirected to go this direction. Okay, so let's go ahead and change this up too. Also, this is a bit of a bottleneck here, so I'm going to upgrade that too. Okay, so that should take care of it from the components and silicon side of things. And we're going to switch this over once it's empty. So I can go ahead and open this up now, and that will then flow through this whole thing, and there's nothing there, so it will work its way around and end up into these storages here automatically. So on this side, I think I'm just going to make all of this concrete. It might be overkill, but I think I'm just going to do that. So to do that, quite simply, we just go like this, and I suppose I probably could make this a little faster. I don't know, whatever. And then I can just tear this out. Yeah, we just take this away. We don't need it. We don't need that anymore. Probably should upgrade that to be same. There we go. And then we just swap this over and say, hey, like this is concrete too. All right. And there we go. So now all of this, only 3 steel in here. So done. Just like that. And so if I do that and I hit play, we should see things separating a little bit more smoothly now. And the components are going to go this way. And I'm hoping they don't come out the other side. They didn't. Okay, good. So they're all going to go this way. All of these components are going to leave this storage, and they're going to work their way all the way around and end up back in the system, and everything's going to be cool. So that I'll come back over here and check on this. When it's empty, I'll switch it over to another resource. Then I need to look at like where am I going to put iron then, or steel, whatever. Where am I going to put the steel? Well, that is a tough question for me. I don't really have a place for it, to be honest. I could put it over here, but I was actually thinking about maybe getting food or something over here. I think maybe an idea is to just move these landing pads out of the way and just have an extra row here. We could put extra storage on this side, and we can put it in parallel maybe. So some components here, or whatever. I don't know. And then we need another belt that wraps around and hooks up with this one so that it sends it, towards wherever it goes, which is totally doable as long as I don't block that. So I'm going to put another storage right here, and then that's not blocked. So that gives me space to kind of go up through there. And then later on, I think these are probably just going to go away. We could move these out of the way now and maybe stick them here. But we're about to have another really cool thing, I think. Anyway, it's pretty cool. Let's look at this contract first, since I can do it now if I want to. Yeah, I can facilitate this. 170,000 in 15 days is pretty tight. But I should be able to do that. I have a lot of silicon down below. So I should be able to make that work. It's a 70% penalty if I had it 35 days. So hit it in 15 days is basically what you're saying. Or I could just wait for a better one. But I think maybe I can facilitate this one without a whole lot of issue, I think. This one's... Yeah, I think we can make this happen. Let's do it. So let's take a look at you guys, and it's this one here, Stellar Sync. They are willing to pay us at some point, huh? And I need green science anyway, so this is a good thing to do. So definitely want to send it to this. Probably going to need the Petrol M. And it looks like... yeah. Well, I mean, we could save a little bit of cash if we do a courier. And maybe... yeah, I think so. We could save some cash this way. So let's do this. We'll say like that, and then we'll bring the orbiter in for the remaining titanium plate. I probably should have put all the titanium plate on the other one and then switched it and have silicon only be this one, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so that's going to come down, and then all we need to do to make that happen is just grab that and grab this. Now I should probably pause this transfer then. Let's pause this transfer for a little bit, because this stuff's going to get in the way, and I don't want this to get in the way. So now with this stuff moving, we can then open this floodgate right now, let that stuff out, and I want to let... is it aluminum or titanium? I forget. It is aluminum. It is aluminum, so we want this one open. Oh, shit, we're not sending aluminum up here? I don't have aluminum routed up here. Hang on. Nope, I never routed it. It's right here. Okay, well, I could route it this way, but that brings it to here. So I would need to send it down onto this belt if I have... Yeah, that's possible. So we could say here, comes down onto that belt. That would put it into the storage loop. And then I want to upgrade that to be a little faster too. Yep. Okay, that puts it on the storage loop, and then we just need to make sure that only aluminum... I mean, we don't necessarily need only aluminum, right? We could have any resource as long as it's not fuel. So pretty much everything that we make can connect here. It just shouldn't be fuel. You have the rest of the UI in my way. Here we go. Yep. And that should be pretty... It probably would have been faster to just select all and then deselect the ones I don't want, right? Yeah, I think that's solid. Yeah. Okay, so now we just need to route that over. So where is... Lose track of where I am here. Yeah, so right here. So I think probably what we'll do is this. Let's bring this off of here. We'll go like this and pop that in there. Okay, and then we'll set prioritization on this side for now. So all of this should make its way that direction. And then I'm just going to go... I need to process more aluminum too. And I'm running out of CPU for this. But I definitely need to process more. So we'll put one more here, and then I think I'm going to put another one here, because it makes a lot of sense to do that. So we'll bring this direction like that, and then you will come down like so. I could probably just pop it into its own input, right? I don't think I really need to share this input, but it's okay. It's fine. That, and then this one will come out and go like that. All right, and we want to hook this up to power there. And I guess this one can do it. Although if I'm going to expand this way, and I most likely am, then I'll need a pole instead. So why don't we instead do something more like this? We'll take you and bring you, yeah, like right next to this. So instead of here, it'll be there. That's probably good. Yeah. And then you can hook up to here. And then I also have some power issues over on this side with these smelters being built. I want to connect these to power as well. So we'll put you there, and then you and you will have power there. And then you and you and you will have power here. So then when these things get built, they'll just start cranking out additional steel. I'm going to say steel. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it organically, and eventually it'll just be like a second nature to me. Just call this steel. It's going to happen. I'll upgrade that one right now. And then it also needs hooked up with a belt too, right? So there's that and that. Yep. And then that one. And those are already hooked up. Seems good. Okay. Okay, so the transition. Let's see how we're doing on this trade. So obviously all the components are going to pass through because we don't need it. And then the plate starts to get collected from there. We do need to turn on drone deliveries. And I want to go ahead and get a few more haulers to help us with those deliveries really quick because I want that bonus. So let's get everybody to be a hauler really quick. We'll get 10 of them. That's pretty good. Yeah, and then this one can be upgraded too. We'll need it. In order to really do this well, though, I'm going to have to make sure all of this stuff is good pass-through as well. So I think we're going to upgrade the belts here and here and here and here and maybe one more deep, I think. Yeah. And so that should help everything pass through a little bit faster. Why are you stalling right there? Yeah, there we go. And hopefully keep these things filled. Making a lot more steel. That steel passes through here. And again, if it can go to the belt here, then it will. At the moment, right, it is prioritization is to this storage here. This is our main storage for steel. But as soon as that's full, it goes up top. And that's why I don't have a whole lot of steel stored up top. It's because I've implemented it this way. And I'm all right with that. I just, because I'm not really doing a whole lot of trades with it. And so we have more storage for concrete now, which is, I think, in the long run, going to be better anyway. All right, we've delivered all the plates. So let's go ahead and shut that down so we don't have any more coming out of here. There we go. So all the extras are going to come around now. We probably want to upgrade that and upgrade that. Let's go ahead and upgrade these so they keep flowing nice and fast. Yep. More than level 1, please. There we go. Okay. And then I guess we'll upgrade you too, because that's starting to get slow as well. There we go. All the way over to at least plate so that they all flow right back in there. There we go. That's better. So the drones are going to have to bring things all the way over here, which is unfortunate because I didn't have the aluminum sent here, but now I will have aluminum sent up here. So now we'll have aluminum. It's going to be sent up to this side. At least it should, unless I've messed it up somewhere. No, aluminum is going this way. Yeah. And then it doesn't doesn't go past it, right? Yeah. So aluminum is set up correctly. Yeah, it is going in there. And then it leaves immediately though. Yeah. Okay, that's why. So let's close this down. Because it is going on the belt too. That's why. There we go. Cargo's leaving. You have that other research done now. The railgun is completed. Ooh, that's what I was looking for. Is I want to see what this railgun is all about. So with the railgun research done too, I've also discovered this button. And this button is immensely helpful. Launch probes. This is what you're going to use the railgun for. But it also, I didn't know this, gives you a breakdown of the resources where you're aiming. Yeah? So like right here, super good concentration for aluminum and also really great for helium-3. So we could, launch probes with that. And then you can see over here, right where our vehicle is here, there's a decent concentration of everything. But if I want a better concentration of rare earths, I gotta move around a bit, see if I can find a better one, right? So I can go something like this. This is 40%. And there's extra aluminum here too. This is a great one right here, honestly. I like this one a lot. We could process a lot of aluminum if I put this right here, right? So that's where I'd want to move that vehicle. It's actually a little closer too. So if I take, I have to eyeball it pretty much, but if I take that vehicle, trying to keep my eyes on that, and then click this with my peripheral vision, which is kind of crazy. I have to move. I have to stop first. Let's stop first, and then I want to move over here, right? I forgot where it was. Hang on. There we go. So right there is not where I want to be. I want to be right. Let's go just a little bit. You want to tweak this until you get the best concentration of both. 40, 41, 42. This seems pretty good. Yeah, 41. I don't know if I want more aluminum or more rares. I think I want more rares, but you know what? We're going to go with something like this. I'm not going to get it exact to that machine anyway. So we're going to go just a little bit lower to about here. We'll dispatch mining there. I think that's where I was. Is it? It's not precise. I could go a little bit to the right. Go a little bit to the right. and then we're good. Right here. We'll dispatch mining there. And that's going to give me the 2 resources that I want more. So we'll have a little bit of time without any mining happening, but I think it'll be okay. We kind of got 4,000 regulars sitting here, and we sort of have, you know, a lot left in here to flow through too. So I think we're pretty good. All right, urgent contract. They want 68. No, they want 35 of those, yeah. I mean, I have this. I could totally do this if I get that other contract completed. I'll have to think about it, which means I'm gonna have to find it later, and I'll have a lower deadline. But you know what? It's okay. Oh, you need more plates? Oh, shoot, I can help you with that. There you go. All right, so that should take care of that problem. Let's go ahead and turn off the drone deliveries, and we'll go ahead and get more construction drones over here too. Now, speaking of more drones, with the money I have, and I'd like to get a little bit more before I do this a lot, but I think I can afford more, right? I'd really like to get more. And their prices are usually pretty reasonable right now. You know, they're not like in the 60, 70,000. So I'm going to spend 93K and get 2 more. Oh, CPU will be exceeded. Well, that old problem. You know, things are going pretty well right here. Just take a look really quick at CPU center. Let's just put this like this. We'll get like an extra few rows like this. That'll hold us over for quite a while, I think. And we'll get a few of them to be prioritized at least so I can do things. And yeah, so this progress is happening right here. It's not too shabby, right? I'm liking this. Halfway done, if you will. We could probably start looking at bringing in the belts and everything for the slag and starting to maybe get this running with farms at this point. We could. I'm going to need CPU, of course, but you know, once they're done building these, I should have enough. But yeah, I mean, we have about half done on this big building. I think it's pretty much split right down the middle at this point. So why don't I go ahead and lay out how this is going to be. So I'm going to look at my large hydroponic farms. These are belt fed. Okay. They use a lot of water, which is why we're going to have 2 ice things punching in this, 2 ice melters here, a bunch of ices over here. There's 2 separate deposits over here. We're going to route that over, and we're going to have ice melting going on right over here too. So there's going to be a lot of that happening. And we're going to be using a lot of water. We're probably going to need big storage tanks, which is what's going to go here. Did I unlock that yet? Big water storage? I did not. So I'll have to work on that too. But I'm definitely going to want bigger water storage as well. So if I take my big hydroponic farms. So the idea was that the slag belt would come in right through here. Run all along this wall, right? Tight against the wall. Slag would come in here. Okay, that's the idea. I'm going to leave 2 spaces so I have room to maneuver other belts and such around if I need to. And so it'll start about here. And not about here. It'll actually start here. So that's 1. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's already 8 farms by the time I get here. That's kind of wild. Okay, so there's a row of farms here. And then we'll also have, and I can't really lay it all out yet because there's the CPUs have to be built. The data centers have to be built, which is, I bet they're probably pretty close to building one of them anyway. But then we'll go like front to front here so that all the organics go out the same side. And then there's also a slag belt on the back side. We'll be going back to back there and then front to front there. And so that's going to be the rows of farming that I have is going to be basically laid out there. And then on the other side of this, all of this is going to be using carbon fiber and also the processes that also use carbon fiber as an input. All of that's going to be in here. That's the idea anyway. We'll have a lot of people working these farms and stuff. I want to have some organic storage.
Director, we could use some additional drones.
I know it. Shut up. I know. We want more drones. Blah, blah, blah. CPU is an issue. Yes. I know. I'm working on it, okay? I need to have the CPU available for that. And it looks like I do now. So let's go back over to the market. And the price has not changed, really. So, yep. No, it will not. How much do you take? What are you talking about? CPU will be exceeded. I got 6 available. You told me a single drone takes more than that? No, it doesn't. Come on. Base value 84, overload 8. Large numbers of drones increase CPU load. Oh, maybe it's like a... Maybe it's like one of those things where the more you have, the more each one takes up. So maybe it's starting to scale up that way. Regardless, we're getting a data center now, so it's not going to be a big deal. Right, it's already... See it? There it is. So let's go up here like this. Try it one more time. Mark it. One more time. Thank you. Bring that down, please. Also need to choose production on this one. Yeah, so that one... Currently, I don't know exactly what I'm going to put here. I kind of feel like moving some of these things down, like almost like shifting everything down. But I think it's probably better to just take like these and move them. So probably what I'll do is let's have those be here, control units, and then we'll have this one. We'll say the resources are going to include control units now. And then on this side, we'll change you to, I mean, I guess we could change you to silicon, I suppose. I could have silicon here. And then I think temporarily what I'll do then for this is I'll make this one the steel. So steel can be here. I'm not sure why I would need this much steel, but I think that's what I'm going to do. So steel is now not allowed to pass by this. And we're going to want to open this up so that we get those components flowing out, and they'll work their way around the belt. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and block the plate because I'm sending plate around the belt too right now, and I don't want to do that. There we go. We can maybe upgrade you too. Yeah, there we go. Just kind of send that stuff as fast as we can here. I think Mark III is fine. I don't think there's anything really... I don't think there's it's like necessary to have Mark IV right now on all these belts. Save the cash for something else at the moment, right? But I think eventually it will be. Just not right now. This thing is making its way just right to that spot. Is that where we want to be? Looks pretty dang close, man. I think so. That's going to get me exactly what I'm looking for, right? Aluminum and rare earths. That's what I want. So that's what we're going to do. Cargo pod's ready for my drones to arrive. Please do. I can only buy 2 at a time. Now they're a little bit more expensive, but I can buy 2 more. So let's go ahead and do that too. And we'll get 4 more drones. That's going to help us, I think. Logistically is going to be great for us, right? We'll get 1 more hauler as a part of this equation. And then that hauler primarily, I think, is focusing on just picking up all the regolith that's on the ground, because there's a lot of stuff on the ground still. So you have to pick that stuff up. And then, man, we have so much room over here for activities, don't we? So much room for activities. There's nothing here. You have a whole new building here. As soon as they get done, by the way, with this building, as soon as this is done, I'm making a new building. I haven't decided exactly where it's going to go, but it's going to need to be in here somewhere. And I'm mostly just going to put like food and tables and stuff. So like if they're working over here, they can get over here for food and whatever. Like I want to have, you know, more space for that. Maybe I'll put it right here. There'll be like a couple beds or just space for food and stuff like that. With 434 left, can I think I'm time to add another components factory. Yeah, let's get another one of these. So ground goes on that side. Yeah, like this. Then you go on this side and then under, and then you come straight across and go like that. Yeah, there we go. And then you're here to there. Okay, and then we'll add you to the power pole. Yeah, on that one. And then you're going to go this way. More components being made. Even more components being made. Wow. I could just store some down here too if I feel like it's like crazy. Because, you know, some of these things I build take components. And I don't want the drones to necessarily go all the way up and grab them to build things. So I kind of have like an extra buffer here. I'm going to make 40, I guess, down here. But this is like sort of a buffer for that. So like they can just grab them from the storage. All right, cargo pod, put you down. That's 2 more drones for me. Alrighty then, I don't know why that's off. Turn that on. Okay, railgun. We have the CPU for this now. So railgun, let's figure out what this is all about. Never seen this before, never did anything with it before. It takes 10 CPU. Yikes. And sucks down 55 power. Well, 55 power. I mean, we're still fine on batteries technically. We do last throughout the night. It's dawn now, so we do last through the night with the current setup without burning fuel. But if I'm adding a railgun and doing all those types of things, I think I'm gonna have to at least make sure that those batteries are more full. I'm lasting through the night now at about 60% full when the sun goes down, but I'd like to get up there to like more like 100. So. And we're nowhere near our output limit right now. So I'm going to put down 3 more panels. Yes, indeed. And I'm going to hook them up to each other like so. I'm going to also bring you down. I think like that. Yep. And then the next row would be connected to the pole, I guess. So we bring this down, 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 and then pull. Although I guess I could always go out further. Yeah, why not? You can go even further with that. Yeah. So in that case, we could also just do this. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Giving everyone a look at my electrical grid so they don't repetitively tell me it's disconnected. No, it's not. You're just not seeing the wires. Okay. I'm telling you, they are connected. I assure you. They are. There might have been points in the past where they were not, but that is not now. Now they are fine. Okay, everything is fine now. And I'm gonna actually add one more because I have a proper data center going in now, and I feel like that's a good thing. So data center right over here. Come on, guys. Let's get this done too, huh? Give me more CPU. Even more. A whole nother row. Am I gonna let them build this? I don't think so. I was just trying to lay out exactly where it's going to be, but I guess I can make my first row here. You know, and then as I expand the farms, it'll go back this way. So I guess I could just do that. Yeah, why not? Because it's available. But if I'm going to do that, I might as well move it closer to where it's at right now. I might as well just move it here, for example. Go like that. Yeah. So why don't we just do that instead? Oh, because you were all okay. The CPU is again doing that to me. Well, it's fine. It's fine. We'll just have something that doesn't take CPU. Can I put a pillar in here?
You can't build here.
No. Can I put like anything here just to mark that spot? I just want to mark the spot. Is there like a small table? That'll do it. So right here, because they might make this row and then I'll be confused on the positioning. So I'm just gonna like go like this, and I'm gonna say. This is low priority, and it's in line with that. The farm goes in line with that bench. Okay. Okay, a couple of things here. Choose production modes for aluminium. Aluminium. I'm going to say it that way now. Aluminium. And instantly upgrade them because I know I'm going to need it. Then we're going to upgrade that belt and this one so that it goes a little bit faster out of there in this direction. Yeah, probably... even faster, please. There we go. Just push that right through, and honestly, it's still not enough, man. We're going to be bringing it in from the MDR as well. The MDR is going to be so sick to have all this aluminum, so I'm actually going to need to go like this. We're going to go even more, and now I'm thinking I want to hug this. We'll have this go this direction, so I'm thinking this belt needs to move, and I'm going to hug this machine with it. So let's just kind of go like this. So many rares now. There we go. And then we can put in the extra smelting furnace right here. Yep. And then actually probably have enough connections for all of this. Looks like, yep. There we are. Okay. Now this will of course go under and come out the other side. There we go. There we go. And there we go. This was a permanent slag belt. Or this was a temporary slag belt. I think it's going to become permanent now because it's like running right through there, and I've already structured this a little differently. When I measured where this was going to go, I didn't include this, right? That's why I had to move this belt, because I measured out the spacing and I placed this machine, but then I added this later and I had to shift everything over one space. But this is fine to have this because it means anything else we make out here that has slag, any more extraction we do, I can just send the slag to connect with this belt, and it will end up in the system. So like that's okay. Speaking of ending up in the system here, lots of silicon, and I feel like perhaps we could do a bit more with silicon production here. I think we're ready to expand this to the next level, to take it to the next level. Okay. If I could have more CPU, which they are working on, right? I mean, I should just do this. Just have them all. Just build all of it, okay, guys? You can do it. See, they did it. They're gonna make this row. This is happening, and then it's gonna throw off my positioning. They're gonna take all these resources away, and then I won't have my marker. So that's why that's there. Okay, what else do I have to do? Urgent contract. Let's see what this is. I have the carbon fiber. I have the steel. I just don't have it hooked up to the trading system. And it's not that great of a contract. So I'm going to say I'll think about it for now, but I got money. I'm okay with it. I got money right now. They're also not going to build these unless I high priority them. The reason why I have to high priority, I've had lots of different comments here. The reason why I have to high priority these things is because building this building, it has a lower priority than max priority, but a higher priority than middle. It's like an in-between. When you're building this structure, they're going to do this before they do anything that's normal priority. They just do that. But if you make something max priority, then they'll do that first. So if I build something and I don't make it max priority, it will sit here like this and like basically nothing will happen, right? If I want this, I have to select max priority, and only then will they come over and stop messing with that building, and then they'll come over and do things with it, right? That's the only way I can really get them to respond to these other construction projects while that building is going on. I don't know what it is. I know it's the way the game's developed that way. That's just how it goes. So I have silicon here. They're going to take that stuff and move it over somewhere else. I'm not sure where though. Where are you moving that? Now, I was under the impression, and perhaps this is just not typed correctly, but you're carrying silicon to a construction site. I was under the express written belief that you do no such thing. Where is this? I know that happened. I know it told me that they don't carry it to construction sites. Transporting large volumes of resources. Did they change it, or am I crazy? Am I really that crazy right now to think that that's how that goes? Cargo drone unlocks access to configuration special use drones designed for transporting large clearing regolith. I could have swore these things told me before. I'm gonna find it in a previous video. I read it out loud. I could have swore these things specifically said they don't carry resources to construction sites. But now I can't find it. That's crazy. Maybe I am just nuts, right? I think I'm just losing my mind. It's finally happening, all right? It's like, young person dementia or something. I have no idea. I'd like to say it's young person dementia, because if I say it's actually dementia, then I'll start feeling my age. Okay, I'm not that old. Not that old. We'll go like this just to leave a little room here. Like maybe I want to go underneath this stuff later, so it doesn't hurt anything just to go a little bit further here. So we'll just do that. There we go. And build. Okay, so when they build these, we'll have even more aluminum being processed. Oh boy, won't that be sweet? And then it all goes up top, and now we can sell it. Right here. Oh yeah, 156 of it now. We can sell it now. Glorious. This is empty now, so we can change this to the steel, and then I have it set so that steel doesn't go past this. So all we need to do now is make sure that steel is allowed to pass by this. And now we go like that. Okay. So if we do send any steel this way, it's going to go this direction, and then it has to get stopped, and it'll go here. And then we'll unlock it there. Okay. Anything still going around and around? No. We're actually pretty solid now on that. Okay. Choose production modes. Very good. Aluminium. Aluminium. Max speed ahead, probably, but just let it sit for a second. You are not moving. What's going on there? Why aren't you... Are you not hooked up or what? I'm a little confused as to why that's not moving. You should be moving through this belt. This was hooked up before. Or perhaps it wasn't. I don't know. I fixed it. Whatever I did, it fixed it. Aluminum. Done. Okay. So it's going to be nighttime pretty soon. We got up to 70% this time. Let's take a look at this bad boy. We got the CPU now, right? 10 CPU. Let's take a look at this bad boy. Right here. Railgun. Okay, so you're not as big as I thought you were, honestly. I still look at this picture, I'm thinking, okay, this thing is massive, but it's actually pretty compact. It's got 2 input belts and 1 output belt. I'm assuming for the exact same reason these do, where extra resources flow out. So knowing that, I would like to place this maybe here is okay. We could put it over here near the flight control center, maybe on this side. I could leave a little bit of space, but I'm not sure why I would need to leave space. I mean, I'm not sure for the reason why I would want to leave space. So if I put you like right here, in this case, I can probably put you even closer. I guess the only reason to leave space is for a buffer, which I'm not sure I need. We'll go like here. Okay, so this will be here, and then we will bring that to that and build that. Now, of course, this output gets shut off. Our default is going to be always to send it here. But if we have something we know, like specifically we're sending someplace, then, you know, we make that adjustment. Okay. So at the moment, both the Expedition Center and the Railgun are shut off, and we go to flight control. If we have extra sent this way, though, we need to hook it up to this belt over here. So I can go in, and I think I'll just go under from here is probably easier because it gets me the out on this side. I need to be out probably here, so I'm not in the way of these belts. So I guess we can do it like this. And go like this, and we'll go on the way under like that. Yeah, there we go. And then just hook up there, and that can be. Well, I certainly didn't need it to be tier 2. That's just wasteful. I don't need it to be tier 2. Yeah, tier 1, please. And then we'll come right back over where we were. And like so. There we go. All right, good. So anything extra flows back into the system. All right, good. I like it. You're going to need power, which I have power for you right there. And it's 55 power for that thing. That's pretty nuts. But, I mean, I guess this is 30. This thing's 75, so maybe it's not. I mean, it's a gun. It's going to shoot probes, I guess. Speaking of which, our probe, there it is. So MDR is going to start extraction now from this location, and we should get a pretty good concentration of aluminum from here. Yep. That's good. And then we'll have some rare earths here as well. So we're going to start seeing that happen. Just a bunch of slag as well, but that's okay. And so now we have our truck, which I don't get what Colossus is doing. Aren't you supposed to go this way? Maybe. Oh, you know what it was? I bet like you started your route where this thing was currently positioned, and since it was on the move, you messed up. I think that's probably what it is. Maybe we'll try this. Cancel your task. Set up a new route. I want you to go to to here, and then back to the base. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Actually, he's talking about outposts here. Probably should listen. Building an outpost takes significant effort and resources. Send a truck with materials to the chosen territory. I probably should have looked at that other tip. I'll just pause the video later and do it. But we're going to go to patrol. Yep, switch it all and go. So now you will redirect yourself from here and get over there. There we go. There's not much resource here right now, but I'm hoping that there will be more in the future. And in case you're curious on like what my other drones are doing, like what's the rovers and stuff doing, science rovers, they're just in science mode. They're just sitting there getting me science points right now, and that's okay with me. I might actually drop in 3 more. I really want to expand and have a lot of power. All right. You could even say that I'm power hungry. There we go. I'll hook those up too. So if we ever build those, then great. Okay. What else? What else can I do? I have a lot of notices up here. I got 4 modules offline. That's just the fuel stuff. And to be honest, our base is at the point now where if I am going to need this emergency fuel supply, I probably should have either more of these or better these. So I could look at that too. I don't have a lot of green science. That's purely because I don't have a green science lab up yet. That's planned to be in this room. I can't fit it in here. I didn't go big enough, unfortunately. I mean, I guess I could probably put it in here, but now I'm like, this is like very tight space, right? And I just don't have the space for this giant thing in this room. So the plan is to put it in here, but I can't put it where I want it, which is in this back corner. I can't do that until the room is actually done. But I guess for the sake of getting it, I can always move it later, I suppose. And we're not really using this extra space for the CPUs at the moment. So tell you what, let's make a little bit of a compromise here, and we'll just set it right there. And then our guys can go over and work in that lab. Yeah, see, they're making the floor, but now they're going to end up getting this row done, and I'll end up placing it there anyway, so whatever. Actually built the damn table. Even though I said low priority, they still did it. What a bunch of overachievers. All right, let me just see where we are here. So this is going down, but it's about to go up with our truck deliveries. It'll definitely go back up. We stopped delivering on the trucks, and so that's why my slag belts are all basically empty. Normally the slag belts are very full. Actually, this side is still pretty full, isn't it? Wow. Yeah, slag belts actually quite full from this direction. What's going on with that? Hey, are you not fast enough to process all of this? Do I need to increase the speed of this belt? Perhaps I need to increase the speed of you as well. And then on this side, I got extras now from before. You might notice there are extras here too. And I think I might go ahead and, well, until it's full, I don't need to, but when the truck deliveries begin, this whole thing is going to get it's going to get filled up again, so whatever. Let's go ahead and turn on the balance on that. So we send one each way. We can start making fuel again because we've actually stopped making fuel because of that. I wanted to get aluminum up here. And so now that I have some up here, you know, I can start going halvesies on that. And I'm also processing a lot more, so I can kind of afford to split that supply a bit better. There we go. This definitely needs improved, so we'll do that. And now we're making even more components. Now the next stage of this is to go on the other side and then just route everything around. So the next stage of this would be components here. And I think we'd put iron... is it titanium first? I think we'll put titanium first on this side. So it ends up being like this. Yeah. So the belt system for this would run like that. And then it would go under and come out this side. Actually, I think it's supposed to be flipped. Yep, it needs to be flipped. It needs to be with aluminum first. Sorry, titanium first. I had titanium first. I want iron first. Yeah. So it needs to be about like this. And then the iron goes this direction. Goes underneath. Comes out the same place. And now we have the titanium going out and the iron going here. So iron first, like that, and then through that direction. And then for this one, the titanium goes like that, and it goes underneath and pops into that direction. Kind of like that. Okay, so that's about how we would want this to start our expansion for components this way. Make sure that's hooked up. And then we just need power, which I guess I can run. There's going to be gaps between these machines. So I can place this here and it won't be a problem, I don't think, to have power for these ones. I have 2 out of 5 here. I guess I could have 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm good with this. Just doing this. And then these ones will be only 3 more. So 1, 2, 3 from that pole. That's good. Yeah. Okay. So the supply from here, of course, it gets split up, halvesies, right? Goes different directions, and it ends up in here, and that's good. And then we'll have to probably upgrade you at some point here. Maybe. I don't know. I'll just do it now. Just that one. Not these. I just want to make sure that it's a little bit faster because it's splitting the supply in each direction. But again, I mean, really not necessary, I don't think, until I maybe get like the second tier of upgrades for these. I think with upgrades, when I become more CPU efficient with that, I probably don't need more than 8 of these machines, but we will see. If I need more, then I'll use this space over here, I guess. You know, it's all kind of the same, so I could always just use this area right here too. The iron is even, the steel is coming from this side, so whatever. It goes past the entire arrangement and then comes back, so you can just dip into that. Modular frames need to be expanded too, looks like. Yeah. So I got 45 grand here and here, I suppose. I've also made these low priority because I don't want people working there right now until I get another place with bathrooms with food and all that kind of stuff. I don't want them working way over there. But they can totally work here. You know, maybe I can make this a higher priority so I can get some green science. You know, maybe I'll just make all of these priorities. Let's do this. Let's make you and you. These are all high priority jobs. These are the 3 high priority jobs. All my existing colonists will do that. And then once I have this done and I'm looking pretty solid with all these things, it's time to bring in even more colonists, right? We're definitely time to do that. We're going to have sleeping quarters and stuff that are kind of mixed through here, food quarters and stuff. It's going to be kind of mixed through. There's going to be little buildings all over the place kind of thing, is what I'm thinking. I'm not sure if that's the best way to go about it, but that's kind of what I was thinking initially. And then one of them I was hoping to have like right here. But nobody needs to work in these locations, so I probably should put them near where people work. So like right here would be a good one because it's really close to all these machines. I'm not going to do anything with this area, so yeah, I think maybe like right here would be good. It's a small area. I'd have to get the power poles out of the way too. Yeah, the power poles are in my way. Well, once this deposit is gone, I can shift it over too. This deposit doesn't have much left, right? It's only 1,700 units left in that iron deposit. And then that's out of the way. And then I can maybe make it there or here. Like right here would be cool too, I guess. This wouldn't be half bad. I could start it. I can even start it sooner. If I do something like, something like this. It's a small place. You have like a kitchen here and, or sort of some food storage, a table, and a couple of beds. That's really all I'm looking for is something really small like that. And I guess I could maybe even put it closer to that storage and just not use that output, but I could do something like that. It's not that big, but it's going to get the job done. It does what it needs to do, right? And you put the door, like, I might use that output, so maybe put the door on this side or something. It doesn't really matter. They can go underneath these belts, so it doesn't really matter where I put it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that's where the kitchen is, and then here is the door, right? Put another little room right here. And we can have food and tables to sit at, And then another one over here, and there's the beds over there, that kind of thing. Just spread it around. Not have everything concentrated here, because I think eventually we're going to have maybe, 40 colonists. I'm not entirely sure how many we should have. I know a lot of you are like, click the urgent contract. It doesn't matter. Some people make a huge deal out of things that really don't matter to me. I'm telling you. We have all of these things, so we can just deliver them. I get a big old 20 Big old 200% bonus for 15 days is pretty nice. I don't have a whole lot of silicon for this, but like I have tons of concrete. Look at the concrete I have, so we're solid. Now this goes to the moon. Bonus 15 days. Delivering to a location 3,000 kilometers away isn't something I can do in 15 days. Even if I had the vehicle leave right now with full load, it would not reach its destination in 15 days. So I can count on maybe getting 60,000 for this. That's not worth it. So I'm not doing it, I'm just not. Like, there's no way I'm getting that bonus. Unless, well, actually, this is built, so maybe I could have. I don't know how this works. Okay, so we have Heliotrack R, the probe that allows the territory to be marked for outpost establishment. Then we have the Mineralisk 5, a resource probe designed to search for deposits of valuable minerals such as silicon, titanium, iron, Okay. And then we have the Casper, an anomaly probe, searches for local features affecting helium-3 extraction, as well as objects with scientific research potential. We can do probe production, but I need research for the Heliotrack and the Casper, so for now, all I can make are Mineralisk 5 probes. And to do that, it's going to cost me 6... I need 6 carbon fiber in here, 1 modular terminal, 2 plate, and 8 silicon. And that's to make the probes, right? They're made here. So this one is the one I'm, I think, more interested in right now. That one's a very expensive probe. So I'm not going to I'm going to have to get cranking on making those, control modules and stuff. Which I feel like my silicon production is probably ready for that. These things are mostly full, right? This one's not quite there, right? I'm looking for like the opportunities of when do I expand this? And if I don't see all of these full all the time with a belt stagnant, then I don't expand. Like there's no point. So yeah, right here is still not quite there. Now it could be a belt thing. So let's just take a look really quick if that's the case. And I don't think so, but let's just see. If I take, this is a level 3 belt, right? So maybe I take you and upgrade you. As expensive as this is, just got to test it out. I wish I could select only, like I have Mark 5 belts unlocked now, right? So I don't want to make these Mark 5. Okay, I won't. So if I go like this, that should make it all Mark 4. Then you're 4. And now you're 3. I want you to be 3. Okay. Does that change anything about how resources flow through here and whether or not actually this would probably help. I might have been the splitters the whole time, honestly, but that will definitely fill these up. Yeah, that should do it. That should definitely fill these up. So now the question is, am I producing enough silicon to make that worth it? Because there's a lot of gaps here now too, but all this can flow out really nicely now, and these were actually filling up, so that's a good thing I did. Yeah, I did a good thing, guys. We did it. They're not filling up anymore. Great. And slag is still kicking through here. I like that. Probably should look at upgrades here. Yep, this is full. Upgrade that. Upgrade. Nah, I'm out of money. Let's make sure we're selling things for contracts. All right. I need money. And I'm not making nanotubes yet. So we're right back to the searching for other contracts phase of things. Let's go available. And we've got... I don't want anything that goes on the moon right now. This is a very easy one. That's such an easy one. Wow. Okay. This is like level 1 stuff happening here. Good. We'll send that. Microcircuits and modular terminals. And then the next one we want to send, I guess if it's more microcircuits and modular terminals, that'd be cool. Anyone need more? Oh, hello. Oh, you're awesome. 6 days. Oh, I want to accept you so bad. 6 days isn't much, but we have this. I have 314. I'm very close to having this. That bonus is sick. It's 100,000 bonus. That's awesome. We're going to accept this one. And we're going to drop a petrol. Oh my God, I need even more than that. Okay. Yeah. Go. And another 3320. Wow. That's so many microcircuits that just left. But that's so much money I'm getting for it. So that's lovely. Okay. I'm not sure which one's leaving, which one's landing first. I probably should see that before I release the modular terminals. Yes, this is the modular terminal one. Okay, so let's release modular terminals and microcircuits. Go. And then we'll go ahead and stop the modular terminals and stop the microcircuits for now. And I think that's probably all this one needs. And then we'll open up the microcircuits again for the other contract. That's sick. There it goes. It's full. And this one's leaving. So now we can open this up. Right. It's going to land. Waiting for the other one to land. There we go. Okay. So let that stuff go. Let it flow in. 83 on this pod, and then, you know, obviously more for the other pod, but I don't know. I think maybe I should upgrade this so it just gets back into circulation as fast as possible. It's an overflow belt. It's fine. Can I make this in time though? It's a crazy question. See, like now it's all going back, so I don't want it to do that. And that's why I had this stopper initially, but I'm gonna block that exit for now. See, now they're all flowing through instead of waiting for the next load. I was hoping that that wouldn't be a thing. Big one's coming down. There it is. There you go. All right, go ahead and flow into there now. There's already 40 in there. Yeah, there we go. Oh boy. It's not going to be enough, but I'm hoping it's enough for the timer. 2 more days. Ugh. 2 days is brutal for me. That's really 100,000. I can get them here in 1.3 days if I buy them. But I don't, they're so expensive to buy. I don't think I'm going to get that bonus. I simply don't have enough of them. In order to get that bonus, I'd have to buy them. And it kind of negates the bonus if I buy them, but not much. Like if I maybe spent 50 grand, the problem is if I spend the 50 grand and I still don't get that 2 days, you know, like I should, like this one would have been a good one to accept. Here's how you play this, right? I should have waited to accept this one until after the first one left, because I accepted them both at the same time and the other one landed first, right? So that's why this happened. So I probably am not going to get that bonus, but I mean, 524 grand is still a pretty good price for all those things, but I still need a lot. I need like 50 more of these things. So if I'm going to hit this deadline, I'd have to buy 50. And if I'm buying 50 of them, notice like it's already not worth it, right? If I buy 50 of these things, it's already dipping in 115 grand. And now imagine I buy them and I still don't hit the deadline. So now we're just going to let the cards fall as they may. And it's not going to be enough to get there, but that was very close. So I definitely want to increase my microcircuits production because, man, that contract was pretty good. All of these are pretty full. I think we have enough silicon now to definitely handle this. So let's go ahead and do this. This was always temporary, so we're probably going to have to move this. But to start, we're going to go with microcircuits factory here. And you are going to be... we want the rare stuff to go. I wonder if I can reach around and go like, with this underground belt. I'm trying to figure out like how this is going to actually get under there, because I didn't leave any room here to actually do that. I could go this way, I guess. Yeah, maybe I'll go this way. But I wouldn't have enough room because of this machine being here, so I probably still have to move that. I mean, I can wiggle it for now, and then we'll just adjust it later. So we'll say that the microcircuits is here and here. Silicon will come in from this side, and it will end up going through like that. So the rare stuff will be our hopper, and then rare earths will go. For now, there needs to be like a. I think maybe temporary will be this way. We'll say like this. And we can always do it differently later. Yeah. So in that way, and then we'll just bring it right there for now. All right. So 2 additional microcircuits production. factories are going in. There it is. I knew I was missing something. There we go. And then we need to power for these things. So 1 and 2. Did that? Okay, it looks like it said 2 out of 5 even after I connected these, but I think it's just lagging. Put that there, put that there. Call it good. So expanding that, and then we're gonna need the... Wait, what? Oh, right, because I don't have the button. I still need, yeah. I still need 7 of these things. It's insane. To still need 7 of them is nuts. The other thing that's kind of insane is I'm looking at half day. Yeah, halfway done with the dam, only at 31%. So we didn't get this done yet, even though these are all high priority. I'm going to do that again. We didn't get those done. And I think the railgun doesn't need to be powered on because we're not doing anything with it. So let's turn that off. I'm not really searching for signals. I guess I can turn the repeater off. I don't think that's gamey if you're not doing anything with the repeater, but maybe you need the repeater to accept urgent contracts. I'm not entirely sure how that works. I only need 6 more microcircuits, man. And they're on their way. They're just spaced out. Few and far between. I just realized I'm an hour into this video already. I didn't think the time was going that fast, but it is. So I'm gonna wrap it up here because I do want to my very best. I want to aim for like 45 minutes is what I usually aim for. And I rarely hit it, but if I hit 45 minutes, I'm happy usually. So I'm gonna leave it here. I think we got a pretty good amount done today. I think we established a few good things today. And, I don't know if I'm still posting 2 videos a day. It's kind of a hard thing to sustain for the long term. But in the beginning, I like doing that. Just like record 12, 15 videos all in one go and then just release them 2 a day. But again, remember for all you guys who are still watching, if you're still here, remember that everyone who's a patron at the silver or higher, or if your name is on the side of the screen here in the hat house or higher, you guys are all seeing these videos right when I make them. You're able to see them as fast as I produce them. Sometimes that means I drop like 15 videos on you in a day. Sometimes happens. Not 15, that's a little exaggeration, like 5 a day, right? So sometimes that happens, but everybody else, I try my best to keep it at 2 per day as a release because it just works better with the algorithm and stuff. And it's also better for your time. There's other channels and stuff you guys like to watch. So you don't want to like shove a whole bunch of content down your throat necessarily and then be like, I'm way behind because he releases them too fast. So there's that. There's a balance to this. But for my balancing my family life, I'll produce like 6 in a day sometimes. So anyway, take it easy. Love your faces. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.